Hey guys, in honor of Christopher Lee, who died at the age of 93 just this past week, I thought I'd do the top 10 roles of Christopher Lee as I see them. These are movies that I've seen, roles that I'm very aware of, and roles that I thought Christopher Lee did an outstanding job. The movie itself might not have been great, but I thought that Christopher Lee did a wonderful job performing in it. And of course, Christopher Lee was an excellent actor, and so here are my top 10. Coming in at number 10 is The Hound of the Baskervilles was the movie, and his performance was as Sir Henry Baskerville, who's not the villain, but not necessarily the hero either, because it's a Sherlock Holmes movie with Peter Cushing, and of course they paired up in many movies. And he just did a great performance, kind of an understated in some ways performance, but really liked him in this one. Of course, Boris Karloff will always be known as the creature from Frankenstein movies, but at number 9, I thought he did a pretty credible job as the creature in The Curse of Frankenstein and others, but certainly this one, it was an interesting makeup job, interesting depiction of the creature, and I thought Christopher Lee did a pretty good job in it. Not Boris Karloff type job, but good nonetheless. So I put it at number 9. At number 8, The Mummy in The Mummy. I thought he did a great job in this one. You know, of course, he plays the Egyptian priest who oversteps his bounds because he's in love. And then he plays the mummy. But I liked it because the makeup was good, and also he didn't quite stumble around as much as Boris Karloff did in the role. He kind of could run a little bit, and it was a little more believable, I thought, than the shambling mummy. They did some shambling too, but I still put it at number 8. All right, in at number 7, Duke de Richlieu in The Devil Rides Out. Great Hammer film, part of that box set, that 21 DVD box set that I own from Hammer. I'll put that video up again. It's one of the ones I deleted. But in any event, plays a great role. He's a hero in this one, a detective sort of person who's investigating, he and another person are investigating the rumor that his friend is involved in some sort of occult devil worship type thing. And they go to actually explore what goes on, and they find out what's really going on behind the whole devil worship situation. It's a good movie, and a good role for Christopher Lee. At number 6, Scaramanga in The Man with the Golden Gun. You know, the Bond villains, if you think about the earlier ones, a lot of them were really kind of over the top, almost, not quite unbelievable, but pretty close to unbelievable villains. This villain was really just evil, and yet believably evil. So I thought that he did an outstanding job. It's not my favorite James Bond movie, but it's better than a lot of people think, particularly because of the performance of Christopher Lee. So I ended at number 6. This one could easily be higher, but it's where I put it. Lord Summerisle in The Wicker Man. What a great performance by Christopher Lee as this cult leader, this pagan group leader. Really was believable in it, and really, to me, legitimized the film in a lot of ways. Although it was a great film, don't get me wrong, but he in the lead really, I thought, legitimized it. So put him in at number 5 as his top performances or his top roles. You know, Count Dooku was just really cool in Star Wars 2. Attack of the Clones, whatever that thing was called. Not my favorite Star Wars movie. In fact, it might be my least favorite Star Wars movie. But Count Dooku was very cool in it, I thought. And so I think that deserves a number 4 spot for Christopher Lee. In at number 3, Christopher Lee as Rasputin in Rasputin the Mad Monk, another one that's part of that Hammer 21 film collection on DVD that I own. This is a great role, I thought. You know, I had to really stop and look to make sure it was really Christopher Lee, though I knew it was. I saw this as a kid and really was mesmerized by the performance, not even knowing a lot about acting, just knowing that this guy held my attention, and he still does. This is a mesmerizing performance by Christopher Lee. Totally believable, totally put me into the fact that he was Rasputin. And to me, that's great acting, so I put that one at number 3. Number 2, Saruman. I loved him in this role. You know, I couldn't imagine anybody else playing this role now that I've watched Christopher Lee do it. And of course, he did it in all the Lord of the Rings movies and also in the Hobbit movies, which is why I'm not singling out any one movie. But he did great in it, suitably evil, and yet you could understand the motivation there. I loved his performance in those movies, and it's just sad that he's not going to be around to do any more roles like this, but he was fantastic in it. Well, if you stuck around this long for this top 10 roles, you had to know what number 1 was. Yeah, Count Dracula. Who would have thought that a role that was so iconic by Bela Lugosi could really evolve and become something far more and far better, if you ask me. A far better Dracula than Bela Lugosi ever was. He had this sensuality to him, this eroticism to him. Even in movies where he hardly spoke, he was fantastic as Dracula. Just loved him in it. And I don't know what higher praise you can have than by saying you took a role that was made so iconic, is the only word I can think of, by Bela Lugosi, and turning it into your own. And he certainly did that in numerous Hammer films. To me, Christopher Lee was Count Dracula. And I'll always think of him as the Count whenever I think of a Dracula movie. And my favorite Dracula movies all star Christopher Lee, so really loved him in that role. That's kind of my homage, I guess, to Christopher Lee and the roles he played. Rest in peace. You gave all of us a lot of great movie experiences.